A good way to lose your audience is to alienate your audience. And what I mean by that is when you're earning income and bragging about income on YouTube, that could be a problem if you do it every single video, every other video, you're always giving revenue updates that you're making $8,000 or $9,000 a month. That's great. But if somebody else isn't earning that type of income and you're bragging about it, you could very well alienate your audience and completely turn them off. And with that being said, that can also trigger negative perception. What I mean by that is if you're constantly bragging about how much money you're making on a platform and somebody comes across your video and they're not even close to where you're at, that can paint a totally different picture about yourself as a creator. From what I see, from what I experience when you do it all the time, it paints a picture that you're being materialistic and that you're being self-centered as a creator, and all you're worried about is all this YouTube money, all this YouTube revenue. Of course, the views and the subs matter also, but when you're constantly posting about that and people see this, that could very well chase your audience away. In some cases, it may gain audience, but for me as a viewer, it just totally turns me off when I see it all the time. It gets interesting when you see it here and there on a YouTuber that you follow. And I'm using Dodash in this example because every other video I see is a revenue update video. You know, does it throw me off? Yes, it does. Am I jealous? Hell yes, I am. As a creator, a fellow creator, I mean, how do you feel as a creator when you see that in every single video there's a revenue update? You're making $8,000, you're making $9,000. Where does that put you mentally? I'm not going to lie, it mentally fucks you up. It does. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to be blunt about it. It does mess with your mind. No lie, no cap. It messes with you. What do you, because you think to yourself, what am I doing wrong? What could I be doing differently? Keep in mind, this is a creator that said they just picked up the phone in 2019 and started making videos. Well, I found that to be not true. This creator has been making videos since August of 2014, if you check out the other channel. Maybe there was a demonetized issue. Maybe they were demonetized. I don't know. But it puts you in this state of mind that you don't like, and it makes you want to give up. I'm not going to give up because I'm completely different, and I want you to be completely different too, and not pay attention to every single video that you see about a revenue update that's being posted, because it'll really throw you in a dark place you don't want to be. I mean, with that being said, you got to also think about your unwanted attention that you'll draw when you constantly post about how much money you're making on this platform. And what I mean by that is you have hackers, you have scammers, you have people out there that are looking to exploit you and get your revenue. They want a piece of that. When a hacker or a scammer sees that, when you get those emails, those unwanted emails that you get about you need to click this link or you need to fill out this form for a collaboration and it's not true, you click on it and they get all your passwords. Yes, this can happen. That's unwanted attention. Now, you can call me a hypocrite because I make videos about revenue. For one, I'm not making that much revenue. And number two, I only do that here and there. I'm not doing it all the time, and if I did it every single video or every other video, you might get bored. You might get tired of hearing it. And, eventually it's going to get out there that you're making tons of money and that can financially put you in a bind, like I had mentioned with scammers, hackers. And if people see you in public and they recognize who you are and then they figure out where you live, that can even cause a bigger issue. Then you got to worry about security. You got to worry about house security. You got to worry about people watching you because you brag about how much money you're making on YouTube. It's an issue, people. It's an issue that people aren't talking about because they don't think about it. I think about these things. And it almost makes me think like, hey, should I continue making revenue update videos if I ever decide to make a ton of money on this platform? I'm starting to think it's a very, very bad idea to do that, you know? And you have to think about these revenue updates videos. As I mentioned before, I'll go back to it. It discourages new creators. Think about clicking on a video, you're a brand new creator that uploaded a few videos, and you come across somebody who's bragging constantly, nonstop about how much money they're making. I'll go back to it. Where does it put you mentally? If you're a new creator and you see these videos, let me know in the comments where that puts you mentally. Does that mentally mess with your head? I'm a evergreen creator, you know, if you want to call me that, and it messes with me. I could be making a couple of $1,000s on this platform, and if I see another creator bragging that they're making $8,000 or $9,000 a month, I'm only thinking about how materialistic they are and how they're only worried about money and bragging about the money. Everybody's falling for it. I try and do it just to share with you what you can do to change yourself as a creator, not bragging about buying sneakers or about buying this, buying that, getting surgery, having money to pay for this, having money to pay for that. Now, I know people go through hardships, but I feel better as a human if I don't brag about it all the time because I'm not rubbing it in. I'm not rubbing your face in the gravel, if you will, that you're doing it. All right. Well, I gave you something to think about as a creator or even as a viewer. This is where I'm going to leave this video. If you like the video, I'm hoping you find this really valuable. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. As always, you know what to do all the time. Later.